Hello and welcome to this Let's Play series with the Northmen. We're going to be playing the Framlings in this series. You won't be able to, in Crusader Kings 3 Realms in Exile, you won't be able to find the Framlings on these labels here. You can find Grimbeorn, but he's going to be our neighbor in the south. To play the Framlings, you're going to have to click play as any ruler. Now, we do face a number of obstacles in this Let's Play. The biggest one initially is going to be Grimbeorn himself. For those of you who skipped the episode, the introductory episode, the Framlings come from the same people that the Rohirrim come from as well, and the Leofrings. So we are all part of the Eothed group, and we will be playing as the Framlings. The Framlings are tribal. We start in a very vulnerable position. We have empty council seats. We don't have a marshal. Our steward is awful. Our chancellor could be better. Our spy master could be better. Do we have a better spy master? Potentially, yes. We could replace her with a number of people. We are a military type person. We have access to concubines and we have twins in the form of a son and a daughter. You are bossy. Their childhood traits will differ depending on how it generates for you, but their physical traits will be exactly as you see them. The daughter is going to be comely, the son is going to be hale. And that's because he is hale and the wife is comely. So, first order of business, we need to decide what he's going to be taught in. He can be either marshal or steward. He can be anything other than that, actually. He's probably going to benefit the most from education, from learning education rather than the other ones, because we are a tribal society, and tribal societies play very different than the feudal societies. So, for instance, Gondor is feudal. As a tribal society, we only have access to the tech in the tribal era. We can research tech in the feudal era, but it's blocked for tribal governments, and we are a tribal government. His current focus is the armillary sphere, which is useless for us. Royal prerogative would be good. Household soldiers is already researched. Mangonels would also be good, but it happens to be our cultural focus. So let's go instead for the royal prerogative. It's gonna take a long time for this to be discovered. And this is the problem. We are behind on tech. We're nowhere near the bigger kingdoms. Gondor is in the late third era already, late third age. We can look at the Rohirrim. The Rohirrim instead they're in the middle third age and they're entering the late third age, which is going to take them a bit of time. So they're already leagues ahead of us. We desperately need to research faster, which is why I think the heir should be going through the learning path. We're going to teach him ourselves, and we're going to teach the daughter as well. Now, daughters, so girls in general, they can't be stewards, they cannot be marshal, they can be lore masters, and they can be spy masters. We're gonna teach her in education as well, because potentially, depending on how we marry her off, she's gonna be a lore master, maybe. We'll see. We're gonna educate her as well. We're gonna have succession problems. straight off the bat, we need alliances. Let's see if we can ally with anyone meaningful. We don't want to ally Grimburn. That would be a mistake. We need to conquer Grimburn. We cannot wait around for the third generation before we try to conquer Grimburn because he's gonna expand quickly. We could get one with Princess Sienna of Dale. However, she's considerably older. She has 12 years ahead of us. That's not a good combination because she's probably gonna have fertility issues, and she's probably gonna find lovers in the meantime, which would not be good for us. What about you? We could marry you off to the Prince Brynjolf of Dale. I assume this won't be matrilineal. It would be. So we can marry her off matrilineally for an alliance with Dale. We're gonna do this. Uh, and with him, we're gonna think about it because this would be a bad choice. It would give us access to skin changers, but we can get access to skin changers in other ways. Not at the moment, though. We will be able to later. In terms of our counselors and our um, court positions. We're gonna put our lore master to be physician. We're gonna tell him to get better at it because he's awful. Tutor, we can place a courtier here, which is amazing. We're gonna tell her to do advanced research, I think. No, we're gonna tell her to educate children. Right, in terms of economy, our economy is highly dependent on prestige. We're gonna need gold, we're gonna need prestige. The buildings cost both gold and prestige. Some of them only cost gold, so these only cost gold, but some of them cost gold and prestige. The market does, and the market is going to be our main source of income, so we're going to waste some prestige and the little gold we have to build some markets. We already have one there and a fully upgraded market there. We're going to need more money though. Let's look at our courtiers. We're going to look at unmarried women, and we're going to marry some of these off so that we can have access to better people. So, not to skin changers. I want a very good fighter, matrilineally. Younger would be better. 19, 20, 19 is fine. Let's get the 29. That's fine. We have our tutor here. Let's see if we can get a better steward. Also matrilineally. The reason we're going for matrilineal is because we want people to come to us rather than for the women to leave the court. So we're gonna get one of these. And what else did we miss? He's gonna be the new spy master, I think. A new chancellor would be good as well. So let's have a look at you. Get me a good chancellor, matrilineally. I don't like the age. He'll do. Right, in terms of troops, the troops cost, in tribal societies, they cost prestige to recruit. And if you raise your troops, it will cost you both gold and prestige to keep them raised. We have access to the same kind of troops as Rohan. So we have Eothed horse archers, light horsemen, and the riders of Rohan, which is a bit weird to see riders of Rohan, but there you go. They have access to the same kind of troops. We can see here Eothed horse archers, and you can bet money they're gonna have their own riders of Rohan. We're gonna station our troops. Where would it be best to station them? Does this give bonuses to Archer Cav? It does, and you have it fully upgraded. So we're gonna station our Archer Cav. This would still be better. Probably because you have a better tribal holding. Yes, so this needs to be upgraded before it will be better for the archer cav. We can station these anywhere. That'll do for now. We need to select a focus. So the focus. We have a massive problem, and that massive problem is burning, Grimburn. Grimburn is an excellent general. He's a better fighter. He's also a skin changer. He has no special artifacts there. We do. We have the Helm of Nordinbad. So this doesn't reflect the prowess yet. Oh, that's just injury resistance. Okay. So that just protects us from being killed. We have lower prowess. We have lower martial than Grimburn. He's an aspiring blade master. He's gallant. He's a quick thinker. So this is the flexible leader trait. These are very good traits to have. He's also brave and wrathful and all that jazz. And we have Trailblazer, which is not as good as flexible leader. What flexible leader does is it negates the enemy defensive advantage. At its current level, it's minus 40, but then it's going to become minus 60, and finally it's going to be minus 80. So he's going to negate 80% of our defensive advantage, which is massive. It's absolutely immense. The Trailblazer is nowhere near as good. So we get a slight advantage in some terrain types, and he's gonna negate 80% of the advantage anyway. So we're in a tough spot. He also has a bigger army. He starts with Veil Spearmen, which are gonna counter our light cavalry, which is bad. And he starts with Armored Footmen, and we'll be able to counter his Armored Footmen because we'll have access to Archer Cav. And Archer Cav targets heavy infantry. So what we're going to need to develop our archer cav. We're also going to need light horsemen to counter archers. And we're going to need something that counters spearmen. So we're going to need armored footmen. All of which are expensive to have, unfortunately. He's also going to become a king rather quickly. That's a problem. We're going to need to level up our commanding stuff quickly. We only start with 5 perks. They're in the Gallant branch. That's good. Let's go for strategy focus. And we're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to watch him very carefully so that when he turns to excellent, we'll have to turn him to advanced research. We do need a personal champion to augment our prestige. I don't like our current choice. Let's see if we have a better choice after we marry people off. Let's unpause. Feel free to read and to pause and read. I'm gonna skip this. Let's see the marriages. Yes. Yes. And yes. And yes. All done? All done. Let's change our steward first of all. We have access here to an amazing steward. Let's change our marshal. Let's change our chancellor. And let's change our spy master. Right. Our marshal doesn't like us very much, neither does our chancellor or our steward. Let's see if we can improve on that. We'll try to sway some people. Can we actually... Do we speak Grimbelan's language? We do not. Let's see if we can learn it. Potentially. That could come in that would be useful. Right, so first order of business. We need to hunt. That is going to be our most beneficial avenue for obtaining prestige. We are not a hunter, so we need to gain that trait. We also need the personal champion. Do we have a better choice? No, we do not. We're gonna tell him to improve his skills. Do we wait for income for another market? Do we need another market? We do not need another market. We should be able to raid though. So let's have a look at raiding. How much gold do you have? 15, 18, 3, 18, 18, and 20. Our neighbor has 6 group of woodman hunters. We cannot counter this yet. We need cavalry to do so. We desperately need cavalry to do so. We're gonna recruit 2 should do for now. We'll place them here for now. And what we're going to do is we're gonna wait a bit for our troops to regenerate. We'll wait for him to recruit commanders. Do we have... We do not have the household guard. Okay, we're gonna need to get the household guard. Let's see if anyone raids straight off the bat. Anyone? Not really. So the thing with this Let's Play is gonna be a bit more static than the Aragon Let's Play. For obvious reasons. We're not in the same kind of big financial decisions. Okay, how big are our troops? We have some, 2,300, and you have nowhere near that, nowhere near that. You have Vale Spearmen, but not much else. Who shall we raid first? 15 and 18. Let's raise the raiders. Let's march on him. We need to be careful not to be raided in turn. And here we are, we're being raided in turn. Yeah, we need to hurry back. I will absolutely take recently sacked. Development growth decreased, and they'll have it for 20 years. Yeah, we'll take it. We're not gonna get there in time though. Let's see if we can intercept. We can. And we beat the crap out of him. Okay. Good. So that's done. We can hunt now. We have enough money. We're not gonna do that quite yet. Let's instead raid him. We should have aimed for that. We've lost the opportunity. I don't think we're gonna catch him, but we can raid him instead. No, we can intercept you. Hurry, hurry, hurry. We cannot quite yet. Let's see if we can raid though. Can we not raid the same thing? Okay. Let's raid your town then. No, we're not gonna be part of a federation. And even though we can't raid you, can we catch you? No. Oh! God damn it. Let's see if we can win this. We can. You want to be our friend? We can, but we're gonna take your land away. So we managed to get our hands on some gold. We also lost some. Right, we have a prisoner. Let's see if we can ransom her. We can. Give me the gold. We're gonna disband the army. We're gonna go hunting urgently. So, hunting, hunting, hunting. We need a master of the hunt. Good is fine. Let's select him. Three seems to be the norm, so we'll go here. Let's see if we can get more people involved. Maybe we can get more prestige out of this. We desperately need prestige. Have you finished building the market? You have. Let's build an upgrade. You want to hunt a warg? Oh my days. Okay. Let's hunt a warg, I suppose. Get... Ah, no. What's that flower? We're gonna take this. We could fight him. You have 11 prowess and I have 19. This could end badly. So has happened high. So he's already done that. Low and medium I think is the best one we can get. So let's do that. Right. He gave us this. We need to give him the same. And we won. And we killed him. And we gain prestige and money. And the success chance of the hunt improves. After it we ride. Aided peasants would give us development growth in popular opinion. It would only cost 10. I'll take it, because for 10 gold it's not that much. Right. There is a high chance that we die if we do this way. That's 20%, that's not nothing. We will shoot it instead. That's how you do it. We gain Warg Fangs. I'll keep it. And we just got 900 prestige. And Dangerous Beast Slain, which is amazing. We're gonna equip this artifact because it gives us a bit of prestige anyway. We have massive amounts of prestige now. Can we upgrade any other market? Framsburg? In a bit. So we're gonna wait for this market so we can upgrade it. Here comes the learning. We're gonna stop. I'm not gonna take that much stress. We just gain a bunch of taxes. This is amazing. What to do? Well, what we're going to do is we're gonna recruit some onagers. 3 maybe. Let me check this. You are not allied with anyone. We still have room to recruit the armored footmen. What troops do you have, Bern? light horsemen, and veiled spearmen. We may have to get rid of the... Do you not have heavy infantry? You do. But we have a counter for that, and it's not going to be the light footmen. We may have to get rid of the light footmen and replace them with spearmen. For now, we're going to recruit some cavalry. That should do. Maybe. That'll do. I'm not going to recruit more, uh, because we're going to be attacking him. We can start a feast, though. Let's get some more prestige. I don't care about the number of courses. Do we have anyone to honor in particular? Not really, not really. Let's give it to the queen. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Welcome, friends. So the market in Framsburg has been done. Let's upgrade this. It's gonna cost us a bit of prestige, but we have other ways of making prestige. That's fine. Discussion on strategy. Yes, that would be lovely. We can unlock a perk. First thing is gonna be the household guard. So we get access to more knights. They're gonna be necessary. I'm not willing to lose 50 gold. This is not gonna be beneficial. It's too expensive. For 50 a month, that means it means 6 prestige a year, so for 10 years that's 60 prestige at the cost of 50 gold. I don't think it's worth it. We'll gain gold instead, and we'll use it to throw some other event. I'm gonna steal credit shamelessly. We could steal the toast, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna give it to the wife. And with that, it's all done. Doesn't give us nowhere near as much prestige. And the queen is pregnant, which is a problem. Are you allied? No. Are you allied? No. So the first order of business would probably be to conquer this land, right here. I don't want to engage while we're being raided. Let's give it a minute. We need to fill up the army anyway. Can we hold another event? We can. Let's do a horse race. With the horse races, you can choose which reason you want to do it for. We're gonna choose dynastic. And we're gonna choose the Grand Champions banner because it gives us prestige, but more importantly, we will gain a large amount of renown. And whoever... No, so whoever wins the horse race gets the horse racing banner, and their dynasty will gain a large amount of renown. And if our dynasty wins, we're getting all these benefits. So let's do that. Feel free to pause and read if you haven't seen a horse race before. We're gonna execute some peasants for prestige. Yes, we should absolutely celebrate that we executed the peasants. Here starts the race, fingers crossed. More peasant executions. Unfortunately, we did not win. We could gain cavalry leader here. We did not. No, we will not be doing that. Let's go for explore some shepherd's path. Okay. I'm not gonna be spending that much gold for just a bit of just a bit of prestige. We're gonna get some renown for hosting the race. I wish we would have won. We would have got a lot. We would have gotten a lot more than that. So there we go. That's it. Is our army full? Not quite yet. Let's see if we can do this. We might fail. Desertion would not be good for us. We'll be spending prestige. We will be taking this to gain prestige, even though it penalizes us for theocracy vassals. We do not have theocracy vassals, so that's fine. Overworked soldiers would be kind of bad. And his opinion of me can drop a bit, it's fine. And we gain a perk. So, decisions. Gallant would be good. It would give us more prestige. It would also give us martial and prowess. Bellum Justum would also be good. It would open up the path towards actual fighting. Including archer cavalry toughness, heavy cavalry, light cavalry, all of which would be good for us. We should probably go through this. But I can't ignore the prestige, so let's aim and finish this. It's only two more points away. In terms of our military, it's complete. And we should probably conquer this while we can. So let's attack you. We're gonna conquer that county specifically. We should be able to counter your army. Have a trading outpost built. Siege faster. Oh my days. Really? Well, this is a problem. So, why is this a problem? Because our current succession law is Confederate partition. And Confederate partition means our realm is going to split apart. Speaking about succession, we do need to pass the limited tribal authority. We do have enough prestige now to do that. And we're gonna need to keep doing that. The next one is available in 10 years. We should be able to siege this faster than they can siege the capital, so we'll march straight back in to fight them. We have another commander, promote them. It's good to see the tutor doing her job to educate my children. We have a prisoner. Let's ransom the prisoner. That's good money right there. We caught them in a defensive battle and we countered their troops. We cannot really do anything with you guys. Do we have any dread? Not particularly, so we can just let you go. You don't really have any money to speak of, so feel free to go. We're gonna enforce this. And we're gonna disband. So, we have a territory here. It used to belong to our friend. We could return it to our friend, but we will not be doing that because if we look at the succession, we can see that on the death of our character, we're only going to inherit 2 territories on our main heir. 2 more territories are going to go on a different heir, and 1 more is going to go on a different heir as well. So we need to split this apart. We're going to place one of these in here, in this duchy, and the other one in this duchy. So first things first, we're going to need to conquer these as well. I'm hesitant to attack him first because the territory is still adjacent to the Bjornings. I would like to capture Melberg before I attempt to capture them. You're allied internally. We could attack together with Dale. How much military does Dale have? More than you. They do have heavy infantry and archers. Let's finish conquering them too first. We can give these territories to the children. They should be able to handle 2. You are part of the Federation. Are you part of the Federation? You are not. That is good, because these 2 together do not have enough troops to resist us. So let's conquer you first. It would be nice if we could subjugate them instead, but we need to give some territory to our children instead. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna conquer them. What army do you have? You have horse archers. You have horse archers. Even so, they don't have many. We should be able to beat them. You're now allied with Bern. We need to get to this and to this before Bern gets mighty. If we don't, we're in for a rough ride. This should end the war. It did. I'm sorry I took your land. I have no other choice. I have to survive. We will be attacking the one in the north as well. But this we can give to one of our sons. And already we can see the problem. On my death, the Duchy of Dweorad will be created, which is a problem because they're going to become independent, because we're dukes as well, right? So we need to establish the kingdom of Anaethel so that this doesn't break. We need both duchy titles, so we need gold for the duchy itself, which we can pay for. It's going to cost 125. We'll have that money in a bit. And then we need another 250 just to create the kingdom title, which is a problem. That's a lot of gold that we need. We won't exactly be able to raid left, right, and center. We can still raid him. We can still raid him there. But Bern is not exactly a very conducive target to raiding because Bern's army can stop us. That's the problem. However, we can still raid him, and that's it. So let's not conquer him just yet. We could get some more money off of him. It's not an emergency yet to conquer this. What is an emergency is to limit Bern, but he has allies. Ah. And he also has better troops than I do, and we don't have the necessary troops to stop him quite yet. How old are you? 33. We have time. We have time to make the money, and we have time to raise the army. For now, let's raid Burn's ally. We can, and we shall. He doesn't have the troops to stop us. We are, however, over our limit. So at this point, we need to give these territories away. We also need to educate these children. Let's pass them on to the wife. Both of them. Because she loves them dearly, and I'm sure she's gonna make the best decisions. We're gonna give you this bit of land. And we're gonna give you this bit of land. And we're not gonna be over domain size anymore. Have you raided? No. We cannot raid him because we have a truce for 5 years. So that's a problem. And we cannot exactly raid Grimburn because he'll intercept us. We're gonna wait for him to be in a war and then we'll raid him. We could attack you though. Market has been done in Twain Mantle. That. Okay. We're upgrading that market as well. Let's upgrade this one. We're skipping on the hunting, but we're gaining income. We're definitely doing the martial perk, I think. This is kind of useless to us right now, so let's do that. And we have to choose either between a perk or aggressive attacker. Let's get aggressive attacker, hopefully we get it. No! 83% chance and we did not get it. That is abominable. That is unfortunate, I should say. I'm gonna trademark that at this point. I keep saying it that often. We're getting raided. These are gonna be orcs, yes? Yes. And you have... Okay. Sure, bud. Come along. Market villages have been upgraded. Thank you for dropping by. Goodbye. Do we get anything out of this victory? A ton of prestige and some piety. Thank you for the prestige delivery. That was very useful. We need money to hunt. Is there no one we can raid? Not really. Can we raid you? We can. It's gonna take a while for our armies to get there, though. So let's get here. Oh, we can raid him as well. But I don't want to be intercepted. The finer points of diplomacy. You're going for learning, not diplomacy. Patient. Patient is what you want. Who are you fighting and why? You're fighting for the whole thing. Please win. Can we intervene in your war? No, because he's not an ally. How strong is your military? You should win. Should being the operative word there. Or do they have allies? They have allies, don't they? They do. They have hunters as well. He may lose this. Have we finished raiding? We have. Return to the territory immediately. We need more income to upgrade the tribal holds. No, we do not want you to be paranoid. Ambitious is what we want you to be. Right, so now we have to make a decision. And the decision is simple. We want to attack until they make peace. We're gonna take Marsham at least. This is the way. Let's have a look at your conflict. What troops do they have? Spearmen is a problem. And they have a lot of them. We need to get some armored footmen. Where can we station you? In Frumgarsburg. How are we for time? We're getting close. We can still wait a bit until these troops finish the siege. That's way too much. We have access to another marshal perk. Let's take Peacemaker. We need to declare war now. We need to declare war badly. And hopefully we'll win. Because we could just subjugate you. We don't have the prestige. We could declare for this? No, we can't. Let's declare for the county then. Which means we'll be hostile to them, which is what we want. And we're gonna try to intercept your troops so we can beat the hell out of you. There we go. So we just beat their troops. And you're at peace. Which means they have a truce. Only for 4 years. Which means we need to win this fast. You want an alliance with me? I'm gonna decline. You want an alliance with me, and I'm gonna decline. We can siege this in 6 months, they can siege that in 10, so we should win this. We're still in a precarious situation. We do need to go hunting. We need to be able to upgrade the holds, and for that we need a ton of money and a ton of prestige. And one thing we're lacking right now is prestige. So we need to go hunting. We have murder schemes and they have high success chance. Let's prevent that from happening. Can we improve relations with people? They're good. The relations are good. We don't need to improve with anyone. Please finish that siege faster. We should ransom these off. Do you have money to pay? You do. You can go for a hook. I don't mind. And we'll intercept this army. We still win. We're not gonna intercept the army. I don't want him to be without troops. Call to war. Why? Who do you want to make a tributary? We'll accept, but first we want to disband the military. And we'll accept the war. Who are you at war with? With them. You're probably gonna be able to do that on your own. I don't think you need our help. You definitely have a bigger army. What we're going to do, we're gonna give this to this son. And we can already see... Oh no, we don't have enough for this? No, because someone else is holding the duchy. Okay, that's fine. Bjorn himself might decide to attack, in which case we have a problem. In the meantime, however, we desperately need to hunt. So let's hunt. We're gonna go just up the road. We're gonna get a lot of people here. What about the race? When can we hold another race? Let's put a pin in that. We cannot do this. Freya does not have seasonal festivities, so we can't do the Jewel celebration. I'm gonna ask to be notified when we can join tournaments. That's gonna be crucial. Soon, yes. Any other decisions we can make? This whenever it comes up. We will never be able to do this one, because we are not part of any of these. And for this we need the kingdom, so it's gonna take some time. We will be doing it as soon as we have the kingdom though. Let's get out there. I don't care what we hunt, as long as we don't fail. We're gonna put it back. After it we ride. Now in regards to this, we could send our troops over. It would be an opportunity to get some prestige. I am hesitant though, because this is a precarious situation. I don't know how comfortable I am sending my army away. Right. Random chance, 11% that I die. Or a random participant. Who's in this hunt? This is gonna be risky. That's not what I want. This is what I want. Ha. I gained disfigured. That's not good. But at least we're not dead. I'll keep a memento. We are wounded and disfigured, which means we're gonna have less fertility and less diplomacy. I am not upset by this. We do need to heal those wounds though. Let's see the item we got. It's not good. We're just gonna destroy it. We now have funds to upgrade one of our tribal holds. This one. It's gonna provide us with more income. We still need to upgrade this one as well. That's gonna cost another 200 gold. Let's join this war in the end. I don't want Dale to be upset with me for not joining in. Let's send them here to fight. We're gonna need a caravan master though. You will do. And you're gonna prepare the armies. Commander promoted, that's good. We can employ both strategies. You definitely want to do paranoid or sadistic. Paranoid is not great. You're gonna get 100% stress gain. Of the two, if I absolutely have to choose, it's gonna be sadistic. Right, you want to be just. Just would be good. So stay just. I am upset about that sadistic thing. The wife is pregnant, which is not exactly what we wanted. We are losing prestige. We would like to keep the funds for the tribal hold upgrade. I don't know if we can do that. You are leading the army. We've contributed to this, which means now we can siege in peace. We gained Scarred, which is more prestige. Can we ransom anyone? Not really. Do we have dread? Not really. You can go freely. How are we for time? We're getting close to an hour. Hopefully we still have something left to gain from these sieges. We can raid this. Yes. And it's been invalidated. It's been invalidated because he's dead. Are we allied with you though? No. But what we can do is we can marry you to one of your children. Specifically, we can marry you to one of your daughters. So that we will be allies. So we'll marry the Princess Tora of Dale. Be my ally, please. Thank you. We got a bunch of prestige out of this fight. Now we just need money. It's good that it ended because we're being raided as we speak. Can we raid you? We can. Can we raid you? We can. Can we raid you? We can. We can raid a bunch of people. So we're gonna raise raiders. Hello and welcome to my kingdom. You're just about to lose your soldiers. Thank you for your contributions to my economy. We're gonna raid you first thing we do, because you're sitting on a bunch of money. We cannot raid you. We still have a truce. For 17 months. That is unfortunate. And we probably have a truce with you as well, yeah? Yeah. So we can't raid him yet, but we can raid him. Well, actually. Yes, actually, let's raid instead of conquering. Raid faster, please. Thank you. We took a prisoner. We can ransom said prisoner. And we're now closer to the 200 mark. You gave birth to a daughter. That's good. Let's put the troops down. We now have enough money to upgrade the tribal hold. We will do so. The feast can wait. The income cannot. We still don't have enough troops to raid Grimburn. He's still a better military leader, so we're not in a hurry to do that. We could attack him though, with support from our allies. That might be a thing. That might be a thing we do. But we're at the hour mark. So, welcome to the convoluted economics of tribal federations. We will be continuing with this series. We got disfigured, unfortunately, which is a shame. He was such a handsome man. We have a bunch of kids that we need to take care of. Otherwise, the whole thing is gonna come crashing down. Can we marry you matrilineally? We can. How old are you? 28. That's a bit old, I'm not gonna lie. And you are part of Grimburn's kingdom, regardless. So we wouldn't exactly gain anything from that. Can we... What are the tenets of this religion? We can do cousin marriages. That is interesting. And the reason that is interesting is because we can go for noble veins and we can try to absorb Skin Changer into the family and keep it into the family. Yes. Yes, we can. And I think we're gonna do that. Can we invite you? No. We could marry into the Grimbones. Who are your parents? Huh. I don't want to marry into the Grimbones. I think we're gonna marry him instead. We're gonna do a matrilineal marriage. We're gonna marry him instead, and we're gonna start working on skin changers in the family. And we're gonna marry cousins to cousins. And we're gonna try and grow the stats of the family. That's assuming we survive. So that's the strategy going forward in terms of marriages. You look awfully rich there. Nordinbad can't be raided, and I don't specifically want to raid Nordinbad either. And we still have truces, which is unfortunate. Right. So next episode, we're probably gonna attack Burn. And the reason we're probably going to attack Burn is because we need to slow him down, and we also need his duchy. We desperately need his duchy to restore the Elthid kingdom, which we can't do until we are using vassal contracts. But we need those duchies anyway, so we'll have a look at doing that. All a matter for the next episode, however. If you're enjoying the series, please leave a comment, especially if you have suggestions on how to play the Framlings, or if you have any comments regarding the Northman culture group, any interesting Lord of the Rings trivia that you might know that I've completely missed in my introductory episode that I'm sure most of you will skip anyway. If you like my content, like and subscribe. It would help my channel grow. Thank you for watching, if you've watched this far, and I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.